Welcome back to Investing with Confidence. As always, I am your host, Joshua David, talking about the do's and the don'ts of the financial markets, how to make smart investing decisions, and our sponsor, Online Trading Academy, on their 25th year, teaching people just like you how to trade and how to invest with the stock market and options, futures, forex, or even cryptocurrency, whatever your flavor of the day is. Online Trade Academy teaches, it has education on that. Physical classrooms worldwide, most major city in the U.S., right here in Minneapolis, actually right in Bloomington next to the Mall of America. And we have physical classes every single week, people coming in. We always talk about this and joke on the show. It's kind of like a country club for trading and investing. If you happen to miss 2 tickets for that investing class right here in Bloomington, just call 952-814-4410. or text the word invest to the number 484848. There's another step to that. When we text you back right away, you're going to have a link in that text. Pick a date for this investing class. We do them on the weekdays, also on the weekends, typically in the morning. We also have these in the evening as well. So you know what? Pretty much anybody can attend. And Al, as we were talking about in the last segment, we were talking about these other assets that people use for income potential in the markets. Mm-hmm. Now, with retirement accounts, and when we talk about retirement accounts as 401ks, IRAs, most people think it's a long-term account. And I was joking with some people the other day. They were talking about, you know what, I'm sick of hearing this. Nothing against these people, but I was sick of hearing my advisor say, just stay the course. He's like, I want to know what my exit plan is if I need to. And they say, you know what, it was everything like rainbows and puppy dogs to make them feel better, to just keep their money in the market. And I think a lot of our listeners probably can relate to that. They've been promised certain things from their brokers and advisors, and it's not happening. They don't have the returns that they're hoping for. A lot of that is because of the fees and underperforming assets. So let's address that a little bit. Like I said, nothing against the people, it's the industry. Why are so many retirement accounts underfunded, 401ks, IRAs, especially with people's work, and why cannot people retire?
Well, you trying to decide whether that was grammatically correct or not?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't make any difference.
It doesn't make
People know what we're talking about. I know
about.
what you're talking about. Yeah, and there's I guess you could look at it as a continuation of a retirement crisis. There's a couple reasons for it. Number one, a lot of people don't have extra money to put into their retirement accounts. You know, if you're working for a company and you have an employer-sponsored account, well, that money that goes in there comes from your salary, comes from your paycheck. What if you need all of your paycheck just to pay the bills you have right now? Or what if the amount that you have left over that you can put into that account for your future is very minimal? That's one of the reasons that we think, I think anyways, that the income part of your financial life, understanding how to generate more income, is the most important part. If you're working, and the IRS has even said that 65% of millionaires have 3 or more sources of income. And we've talked about a number of them. One is your job. The others can be the options market, the futures market, the foreign exchange market, the cryptocurrency market. Those are 4 additional sources of income right there that are available to you.
Income potential.
Yeah, without having to go to a job, without having to set up a company maybe and hire employees, or something you can do from your home. You don't even have to get out of bed if you don't want to.
That's the great thing, is you can do these from home off hours, so not during the day, in the evening.
Yep.
And you can still do those in your retirement accounts, right?
Absolutely. And that's what I was getting at next, is one of the most important things in your retirement accounts is not necessarily how much money you have there. It's how much income you can generate off of what you have. There's 3 things that are really critical to your living a lifestyle that you feel comfortable with in retirement. Number 1 is protecting what you have. How about that? What if you work 30 or 40 years and the year that you retire, we go into a bear market where maybe 50 or 60% of your assets disappear?
Well, what if people say, well, that won't happen to me?
Yeah, well, I talked to people that had retirement accounts in the year 2000 or the year 2007 that retired then. They went through a 50% and then a 57% drawdown in the S&P 500.
Yeah, a lot of people right now haven't experienced those down markets, and we're not trying to scare you.
That's correct.
This is an opportunity.
Well, not only have a lot of the investors not experienced a down market, a lot of the advisors that are in the business now have never gone through a bear market. You know, I did. When I was working as a broker, I went through several, so I saw what can happen to people. I saw the impact it could have. You know, and when you're 65 or 70 or 75 years old, and all of a sudden 40, 50, 60% of what you have worked 30 or 40 years for is gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't have another 30 or 40 years just to build up what you just lost. So protecting what you have is paramount. And that's the number one thing we teach you. As I mentioned earlier, the first goal is learning how not to lose. There are a number of ways that we can show you how to protect your assets. Then number two, learn how to generate income off of what you have, and then also continue to grow those assets. The leveraged assets we talked about, that's a great way of helping you grow your retirement money without having to take large amounts of it and put it in the stock market. If you're using that leverage, say the down payment sort of situation, you put a small amount of money into an account, and it can control a much larger investment, a multiple of the money that you have there. That allows you to maybe put the majority of what you have maybe into something that is more secure, a little more sleep at night kind of an investment.
Yeah.
But you still have the opportunity with smaller amounts of money to grow that account.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, is people just want to be able to sleep better at night. It's about being more comfortable going to those retirement years. We'll just say anywhere between 50 and 90, 50 and 100, we'll say. Those are those times where people want to be able to enjoy life.
Sure.
They don't want to be spending those golden years at the golden arches. And just to address something here, too, is when you do retire, your job or your income stops. That's
right.
One of the most important times to have income potential is during those retirement years, because you either have to, A, have enough money in that wealth bucket, 401k or IRA, or B, continue to build that, because eventually, as you start drawing off that, you're drawing that down. But guess who has their hand in the cookie jar? Your financial advisor. Sure. They're also taking fees to just hold your capital. And coming up next, I want to talk about self-directing a little bit, but I have a lot of listeners that want to get into these markets, have more control of their retirement accounts, and make smarter investing decisions, even if they have a 401k through their work or something like that. So we have investing classes right here in Bloomington that addresses some of those different topics: 401ks, IRAs, how to manage them differently, having the potential to lower or maybe even eliminate fees.
Right.
So just call 952-814-4410 for 2 tickets for this investing class. You got to call right now for that. In these classes, we talk about our step-by-step rules-based strategy for trading any asset in any market. You can trade any asset in your 401k and IRA, but really how to buy at wholesale and sell at retail, which is how the financial institutions are doing it. Where are we at right now with the stock market? We are at a retail price. Or you can just text. If you're a texter, I know, Al, you love texting. Text the word invest to the number 484848. You receive a link back with our registration page. Click the link, pick a date. You'll also receive that financial quick start kit, which will help you get started right away. So, Al, let's talk about self-directing.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody has, we have a couple different situations here. People have old 401ks that's just sitting at risk in the market, and they want to be able to direct them. We have listeners that probably have IRAs, maybe with a broker or advisor. They want to be able to direct them. Or they just have an IRA that's already self-directed, but it's either just sitting in the market and they're not really doing a whole lot with it. How do you help people wrap their arms around their money? Because think about this. Your accounts right now are like you're a pile of money sitting on your table at risk to a robber. If you left your door wide open, there's a potential that'll disappear. So how do you really protect it? And it's really through self-directing.
Mm-hmm. Well, self-directing gives you several advantages. Let's take a step back here for a minute and look at your employer-sponsored retirement plan right now. Who is making decisions in that account for you? You are. The plan sponsor is not helping you. You're making those decisions. You're making any changes that you think might need to be made. So you're controlling your own assets. You're already your own pension fund manager. In a self-directed IRA, you're doing the same thing, but now you have choices. You have many more choices. One of the reasons that people don't have a high enough retirement account or enough in their retirement accounts is because of the investments that they have made that haven't really been the most beneficial for them. In the self-directed accounts, you can do that.
Yeah. I want to continue this discussion on this next segment, Al. These go by so fast. So that's where we have so much to talk about. But I want to give away some tickets to an investing class to help people self-direct their accounts, learn those techniques and strategies. and different ways to have really wrap your arms around your money, especially in the markets these days, especially this week. Big drops. We have roughly about a 5% drop this week. Will it continue? Who knows? But does it matter? No. If it goes down, we have opportunities in down markets. It's called shorting. And our sponsor, Online Trading Academy, has education and content on how to teach you to make smart investing decisions no matter which way this market goes. So if you're afraid of a down market, now is a good opportunity to get started and flip that. Be excited about a down market. 952-814-4410 or text the word invest to the number 484848 for 2 tickets for this investing class right here in Bloomington. You're also going to receive a financial quick start kit just for attending. So, Al, in this final segment, I want to continue talking about retirement since we haven't gone through enough. And I want to explain what a potential 50% drop, how that could impact people that have retirement accounts right now. Coming up next.